Hey Pack families, I'm Jeff Kropp. I'm the Scoutmaster from Troop 72, and I want to talk to you a little bit about scouting for food. As most of you know, the primary intent of the project is to go out, collect a whole bunch of food, and give it to people who need it. What I want to talk about are some of the other benefits that most people aren't aware of. To help me with that, I need to introduce you to some notable young men. This is Evan Shea. As you can tell from the photo, Evan is a sax player. I don't know when he started playing the sax, but when he was in middle school, he really got into it. And when he attended Garfield, he was a key member of the legendary jazz program that they have over there. He wanted to study music in college, and now he's a professional. He's cut a couple of albums, and he plays with some pretty notable people. This is Nick Sather. Nick Sather played the trombone at Garfield in many of the same bands as Evan, but when he was there, he really got into acting. Nick appeared in most of Garfield's musicals when he was there. I think that this is a picture of Sullivan Brown from a movie that he was in when he was younger. Sullivan started acting in musicals at McClure Middle School. He was in musicals and plays at his high school. The Mountaineers Club has an acting troupe that Sullivan was a member of. He attended the film school at USC, and now he makes animated films. Van Fulfs also had leading roles in musicals at McClure Middle School. But when he reached Ballard High School, he got into film. Van spent a lot of time both in front of and behind the camera, and some of his work at Ballard was nominated for an Emmy Award. Van studied film at Columbia College, and he's currently making films for National Geographic. The guy on the left in this picture is Brian Kropp. Brian got his first role in a McClure musical with Van. Brian had leading roles in all of the musicals at McClure Middle School when he was there. He also had leading roles in all of the musicals at Ballard High School when he was there. And he's performed at the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh, Scotland. Brian got into the acclaimed film program at Ballard High School. He won an Emmy for some of his work there, and now he's studying film at Denison University. At Ballard High School, Brian was also in their concert choir, their men's ensemble, and their vocal jazz group. He's also been in a Macklemore video. Somewhere near Brian in this photo is Ian Rice. At Ballard, Ian was in the concert choir, the men's ensemble, and their vocal jazz group. Ian has performed at Carnegie Hall and has won a number of awards for his singing. Ian was also involved in the musicals at Ballard High School and has performed with a number of local youth groups. Ian currently attends Pacific Lutheran University, where he's a member of a choir. So what do these guys have in common? Well, if you guessed, they all have good communication skills, or that they're all comfortable in front of a group, or that they're all good storytellers, you'd be right. But that's obvious. Now let's take a look at some photos of this same group of great performers working together in some different scenarios. Now if you're guessing what they all have in common is that they're all members of Troop 72, you'd be right. In fact, all but one of them is an Eagle Scout from Troop 72. But that's not even the point that I'm trying to make. Take a look at some older photos of these same guys. If any of these activities look familiar, they should. Most of these talented young men remember that the very first time that they ever performed in front of a live audience was selling popcorn or collecting food donations when they were tigers or wolves or bears in Pack 70 and 72. Scouting for Food is a great program. We're going to collect a lot of food this weekend for people who need it. The boys and the young men who participate are going to catch the attention of members of the public who are going to start to think about what more they can do. But it's also important to recognize what the boys themselves will get out of their participation. Like most of the activities in our program, Scouting for Food is going to expose the boys to new experiences. It's going to help to develop new skills, and it's going to help broaden their horizons. If you haven't signed up for a Scouting for Food shift this weekend, please sign up now. Hey, if you've already signed up for one, consider signing up for a second one. The more you put into the program, the more you'll get out. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to seeing you this weekend.